played in a small ballpark, but still 70 home runs is 70 home runs. So for these guys to be able to play little ball too is impressive.
I want to thank Jerry Jaso for being with us.
Thanks, Willie, for including me.
And a new pitcher on the mound for Temecula.
We're going to find out who that pitcher is, and we'll tell you. It's number 27 for Temecula.
That would be Derek Merrill, who was playing first base.
And Merrill is their ace. He is the guy that's been the ace pitcher for the Golden Bears, and he faces Chris Wings. The swing and a miss, and they'll have to throw him out.
Nearly throws it into the right field, does Luke Watson. Different tempo in the ball game.
So Josh Fuller is up here in the top of the 5th inning. The Bruins are still down by 1 run. That 2-run homer by Cole Hilt in the 1st inning, and the bunt squeeze suicide play. I don't know if it's really a suicide, but it's really a squeeze play that scored the go-ahead run, or which is right now the go-ahead run.
Well, a squeeze play generally is a sacrifice. When 2 outs, you're bunting for a base hit.
So Josh Fuller is up with 1 out. Here's the pitch by Merrill. We'll have to set it defensively for you. I think Cole Hilt probably went on the first base.
He did indeed.
That's his natural position. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit. Oh, well, wait a minute. Oh, what a catch. I thought that ball was going to fall in, and Bo Upchurch made a diving play, Willie, for the out. I really thought that was a base hit.
Well, that's the exact opposite of what we saw with Tim Elena. If that one wasn't hit as hard, it would have been a base hit. Instead, this ball was smoked, and there's Bo Upchurch getting horizontal and making the play.
Well, those are the kind of plays that get you championships. And Bo Upchurch came up with a superlative play. Fool this reporter. There's a breaking ball for a strike to Joey Pace.
It was smoked, however, and now Joey Pace steps to the plate. One swing can tie the ball game, and he's got to be looking at that.
Up high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Joey Pace. Now, Joey was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning and doubled in the 3rd. So he's been on twice but has not scored. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. The Temecula Canyon, or Temecula Valley contingent out here did not like that call. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Bluebirds are out.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball inside at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike to Joey Pace. He is the pitcher of record right now, coming from his right field position. Won 10 games on the season. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to third base. By the third baseman, Boyer. This might be extra bases. Pace will round first and easily go into second as Tim Elena comes up with the ball in left field. For the 3rd time, Pace is on, this time with a single.
Boyer already pressing at the plate, now pressing defensively. He should have had that one. Tried to play it side saddle. Instead, it goes right under his glove down the left field corner.
Hard hit ball. Pace knew he had extra bases.
And the official scorer benevolently ruling that one a hit.
Ball goes right under his glove.
Gee, if the third baseman has his glove on the dirt, that's a putout. Instead, it's a double.
Here's Watson. Ground ball right back and hits Hill. It's hit Merrill. This is going to be a play at the plate. It's going to be wide.
Oh, that throw is bad. It hits the backstop screen. It was so high. And the Bruins have tied it up. All this occurring with 2 outs on the last 2 pitches.
And they're going to give Wasick third base on the pass ball.
Well, they're going to say that the ball was dead when it hit the backstop screen? I don't know. How can you rule that?
So they're explaining to...
I think what they're saying is there must have been some sort of interference on the base paths.
Well, nonetheless, Greg Wasick comes up with another big hit in RBI. He has been swinging a hot back, and here's Steve Papazian. Slow curve for a strike. It's all tied up here in the top of the 5th inning. It's getting really interesting as Derek Merrill, who's now the pitcher, comes in. Here's the pitch.
And as you said, he was the ace of their staff. And after getting the first two guys out, he gets touched for back-to-back hits. Although one, I would have ruled an error, but official scorer ruled it a base hit.
Swing and a miss by Papazian. Strike two. Papazian singled in the second inning, went to second on an error, and flied out or popped up to the second baseman in the third. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Steve Papazian, just back from an injury after a few games. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Thought it might have hit him.
Stuck that hip out, trying to make contact. But he'd have to have been a limbo dancer to get that hip out any further.
You got to give these Wilson Bruins credit. They've crawled back after being shocked in the first on the 71st home run by the Golden Bears. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, fouled away. Strike two.
Well, it was already 2-2, so good job by Papazian just to stay alive.
Steve Papazian normally plays first base for the Wilson Bruins. It's the DH today. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball. Just outside.
And the Boo Birds are indeed out.
Anything close that's not going your way as a team member or fan, you're going to let the umpires know about it. So it's a full count to Steve Papazian. Here's a pitch. Fastball. Got him looking. So he leaves a runner on base. There was 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 4.5 innings, the score is the Wilson Bruins 3 and the Temecula Valley Golden Bears 3. Cole Hilt and Derek Merrill will be the batters in that order. Garcia singled and scored a run in the first inning, flied out to the left fielder, Sam Bernier, in the third.
And look who's on deck, Cole Hilt.
Pace, there's a fly ball to center field. Josh Fuller is going back to the warning track. Back. That's a home run. David Garcia, a tremendous hitter, hits a home run here to break this 3-3 tie. I didn't think that was going to make it. It sailed out about the 387 mark, and just like that, the second home run of the game, and these powerful Golden Bears have broken over a 3-3 tie.
Well, maybe the way they hit him just makes it look like the wind is taking them out, because I'll tell you what, there's no wind out here at Blair Field, and they're still flying out of the ballpark.
While we were trying to pay attention to Cole Hilt, David Garcia said, look at me. I hit a ball to the opposite field off of Joey Pace.
Well, whatever Cole Hill can do, facing the ace of the Temecula Valley staff, Derek Merrill.
You can feel the excitement in this crowd. If the Wilson Bruins are going to do it, they're going to have to do it right now here in the top of the 7th inning.
Well, you've got the Bruin fans who are trying to light a fire under their team, and you've got the Temecula Valley fan hoping for 3 goals. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Marshall, 1 for 3 in the ball game. He singled in the first, grounded to short in the third, and flied out to center in the fourth. This one again to center. Upchurch, backpedaling, makes the catch for out number 1. As I mentioned, in order for Joey Pace, the big bopper in the Bruin batting order, to bat, one of the top 3 have to get on base. As if there's not enough pressure on the shoulders of Joey Pace.
Chris Weems has not done much today. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd inning. Otherwise, he's gone quietly.
Chop towards third. Tough play for Boyer. It goes under his glove. Weems on his way to second. He'll be in scoring position. Let me see them rule that a hit. Earlier in the ball game, I said Boyer should have been credited with an error. They gave Joey Pace a double. That time, clearly an error on Boyer, and the tying run is at second base for the Bruins.
Well, he really didn't even get his glove down there to field that ball. That went right under his glove.
Well, we have seen it on several occasions where the way the ball has been bouncing on this infield, it's been taking really funny hops. I don't know if it's because the grass is dry or whatever the case may be, but apparently it didn't take a true hop for Kyle Boyer, and as a result, Chris Weems is on second. Fuller, line drive to right, but it's an out. Weems gets back to second safely. That was a bullet, but right at the right fielder.
And, you know, if Weems had not been alert, he may have been doubled up.
Fuller, for the second time in the ball game, hits a shot. Watch right here. Right fielder in his tracks. Then it nearly sailed over his head. Now Joey Pace to the plate. I'm surprised that Emart is not walking Pace to get to Wasik. Then again, Wasik has been turning the tables on coaches all year long. 2 outs, the tying run at second. Curveball hits Pace, second time in the ball game. He's been hit. So it all comes down to Greg Wasik. Oh.
Wasik flied out to the center field in the first when he got a hit in the third, and he also got a hit in the fifth, an RBI hit.
With 2 outs and the runners going on anything, a ball in the gap might score Pace. And that'll bring Emart to the mound.
Pace is going to go talk to Steve Bowles, the third base coach. They're going to talk to both Pace and Weems.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't this a similar situation in last year's championship?
Yes.
Runners at first and second for Wilson?
Yes.
7th inning?
This is scary. Only about 30 miles away that time in Anaheim. Now it's right here in Long Beach. That time Todd Marshall, I believe, was up.
I'll tell you
No,
what.
actually it was Joey Pace. This is exciting. Greg Wasik, the leader of this team.
All the fans in attendance have gotten their money's worth, especially those beach bums over the left field wall. Wasik,
Good pitch.
tough call, taken for a strike.
Outside corner. Wasik has got 2 hits in this ball game.
Weems is on second, good wheels, Pace at first. Wasik drills it to deep center, way back. It's off the wall. Weems scores. Here comes Pace, rounding third. He's going to score. The Bruins take the lead, 5-4.
Greg Wasik has done it again.
5-4, the first time the Bruins lead, and we're in the top of the 7th inning. Wasik is clutch.
You know, he is definitely Mr. Clutch, Willie. As we look at the disconsolate Canyon, the Temecula Canyon ball team who just cannot believe it. Wasik has come through again as we see the Bruin contingent. They're happy. They're in front of this ball game with 2 outs.
A 2-run triple for Wasik, and the Bruins lead for the first time. Unbelievable. I mentioned a ball in the gap. Heck, I didn't count on it going over the center fielder's head.
One bounce to the 400-foot mark out there in straightaway center.
If Papazian gets a hit, that's insurance. Wow. That's exciting stuff.
If you look ahead to the bottom of the 7th, Kyle Boyer is up.
Oh, it's the big boppers, no
David
doubt.
Garcia and Cole Hill. You can't get any better than that against Joey Pace, who struck out 9 or at 7.
Papazian pops it up. Boyer, can he get his glove on it? He does.
Too little, too late.
Boyer's error opened up the floodgates. 5-4 the Bruins with 2 runs, scoring with 2 outs on the triple by Wasik. 2 runs on only 1 base hit, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We're through 6.5. Bruins 5, Temecula 4.
In the Long Beach Unified School
Weems on the cut of the grass. Oh,
Boy,
wow.
didn't look good that time. He looked like he might have been there, Willie. It looked like he was safe.
Take a look at it again. slow it way down. Here's the throw. We will see Boyer just getting to the bag. Boyer's on the bag.
Oh,
He
yeah,
beat
he's
it.
there.
Oh.
David Garcia has hit a single wheelie, flied out, and he scored in the first. He flied out to the left fielder in the third, and he hit a home run.
Garcia,
He's a fine hitter.
who gave Temecula Valley a lead it looked like it would hold on to, and it would help propel them to the CIF championship game. Pace nibbling outside, misses with a ball 1-1.
Well, if he wants to pitch around Garcia, Cole Hilt hit a home run in the first inning, so what do you want to do, put both of those guys aboard?
And don't forget that double he hit later in the ball game.
Yeah.
That was equally well hit.
But he's fared a little better against Derek Merrill and Derek Pyle, so he may want to think about it. Get the
Strike two.
Joey is a competitor, though. He is going to pitch to these guys.
Well, it's not struck midnight yet on Cinderella. The Bruins, the number 3 team out of the Moore League, just 2 outs away from a return trip to the championship game. Oh, but it's not over yet. The big boppers at the plate and on deck. Both have hit home runs. This is Garcia. The pitch, swing and a miss.
Joey Pace, a good pitch. He challenged Garcia, and he swung and missed.
Now the tables have turned. In the top of the 7th inning, it was the Temecula Valley fans that were on their feet. The Wilson fans quietly sitting, hoping for some magic. Now the tables have turned. It's the Bruin fans on their feet with 2 outs, and the Temecula Valley fans hoping for some magic. This is not for the faint of heart. Cole Hilt. He has struck out, but he has homered and doubled. And he takes a ball. Now, if Pace pitches around Cole Hilt, Derek Merrill, who is on deck, has singled, walked, and grounded out. But he has some pop in his bat. He's hit 13. Garcia, who just struck out, 16 home runs on the season, but it doesn't get any easier. Hilt at the plate has 18, including 1 in this ball game. Curveball misses, 2-0. Remember how hard that 3rd out was to get against Camarillo. Finally, Dalman Young would step to the plate with the bases loaded. He would be the winning run before finally grounding out to short. Oh, belted to center, and I think we're tied. We are. Wow. Pace down to the count, 2-0. And how's that for a little magic?
Well, he was fortunate that Kyle Boyer was called out at first base. Otherwise, this game would be over. But as it is, it's tied up in a magnificent game. The 3rd home run of this ball game, and the 2nd by Cole Hilt.
Oh, man. And again, it's not over yet. Derek Merrill, who has 13 home runs, steps to the plate. Cole Hilt, what a ball game. A double, 2 home runs. He now has 19 this season. Wow.
After Pace gets David Garcia on strikes, Cole Hilt backs him up with a home run.
Whew. Curveball, strike. Each team has had a magical rally here in the 7th. Pitch bounces for a ball, 1-1. Nobody on base. We're in the 7th inning. 2 outs. Popped up towards Burcham at first. He should have it. We'll go extra innings. We're tied at 5 in the inning. 1 run scores on 1 hit. The second home run of the game for Cole Hilt. No errors, nobody left on base. We're through 7 complete, tied at 5. Had Papazian delivered a base hit, or had there been a balk or a wild pitch or something, it would have rendered Cole Hilt's second home run of the game.
You just couldn't ask for more from your ball players in today's game. Win, lose, or draw.
Burcham belted deep to left center. This one's got some distance. It's off the wall. Burcham's going to cruise into second with a double. Boy, we have yet to see Burcham really get a hold of one until then.
He was 0 for 3. He had not had a big bat at all in the playoffs. He comes up with a big-time double here in the top of the 8th.
In fact, he had been pitch hit for in his last at-bat.
Omar Stokely came up and pitch hit for him in the 6th inning.
You've got to wonder how much the emotional nature of this ball game is taking out of these players. You know, there have been the lows, the highs, the lows and the highs all over again. It's wild.
Bernier is 0 for 3, Willie. Popped out, flied out.
Pitch is up high for a ball.
Kyle Boyer charging it in from his third base position. Cole Hilt will move in at first.
I would think you've already got the runner in scoring position. Let Bernier swing away. Instead, he squares the bunt, hits a one-hopper to the third baseman Boyer, who throws to first low and in time for the putout. And that sacrifice attempt does nothing. It's a 5-4 putout as Hutchison was over covering the bag. To me, that doesn't make sense. You've got the runner in scoring position already. Moving him to third. Granted, there are more ways for him to score from third than from second, but you're also taking a swing away from one of your batters. That'll bring up Rashawn Brooks, and Brooks has been cold in this game despite coming into this ball game as one of the hotter Bruin hitters. He is flied out to left, struck out, and popped out to the first baseman.
He came up with a big hit a couple of games ago.
Well, if he's looking for the spotlight again, he's got it. Fouled out of play, count 1-1. And how important is that put out at first base of Kyle Boyer that the replay showed
It was a bad call.
Thank you for making friends in high places.
Well, I guess I'll get another shirt for that, but I got to call it like I saw it on that one.
Swing and a miss by Brooks. 1-2. Brooks went fishing.
The Bruins have been in the thick of the things for the last 3 years.
Take a look at Brooks again. Well, back to live action. He swings and misses, but the ball is dropped. The throw, and they're going to say he's out, but on the throw to first, the runner advances to third. So a swing and a miss. Brooks goes down. Burcham advances to third, so the leadoff double thus far wasted. But Todd Marshall in a position to play hero. He has not been on base since he singled in the first. He's grounded out to short, fly to center twice, including flying to center to begin that 7th inning.
Pressure is no stranger to these Bruins. Some of these guys played in the Little League World Series. Most of them are gone, but they've been in finals and semifinals their whole career at Wilson.
Curveball, strike.
Good pitch.
Five in the 8th. Swing and a miss. 0-2. If you're just tuning in, check for the replay times because you've missed quite a ball game. Marshall down in the count. But as Angel announcer Rex Hudler would say, a lousy single here puts them ahead. Pitch misses outside. And now Temecula begging. It's one thing when the pitch is close. The 1-2. Grounded. If you're going to hit it to anyone, thus far it's Boyer that's having the tough time. Count remains 1-2.
Todd Marshall, having played a steady game or steady games at second base, needs to come up with a big hit here.
The 1-2 in the dirt. Well, I think Merrill trying to get Marshall fishing.
They're playing Marshall slightly toward right and giving him a big gap, Willie, between center field and left field.
The 2-2. Belted to left and deep. It is going to bounce off the wall. The Bruins take the lead again. Todd Marshall with a double. Had to wait for that one to come down. Elena went back. I thought it was going to get out of here. You know, Marshall's drilled 2 to straightaway center that just died in the nighttime air. But that one kept going. You can see Marshall here with 2 outs. Burcham was running from third. Elena going back, just couldn't get there in time. One hopped off the wall, and the Bruins take the lead again. But we've been here before.
What about that camera work by Ed Dot Sports Crew? They followed that ball. They followed the hit and the runner coming from third and off in the left fielder.
You think they're ready for golf? You know, in the daytime, following that little ball in the sun. Chris Weems bats. A chance now for some insurance for the Bruins. Pitch misses.
Well, they need it because with the power that the Golden Bears have, one run is never safe.
And I'll tell you what, it was a golden opportunity for the Bruins to get some insurance when Papazian popped out with 2 outs, and now Weems steps up with a chance for some insurance. And this at-bat may prove to be equally as important. Pace, who gave up the go-ahead home run to Garcia, his team rallied and then gave up the tying home run to Hilt, will have another opportunity to seal the deal in the 8th. The 2-1 pitch to Weems. Curveball swung on and missed. And if Josh Fuller gets a chance, he's on deck. He has stung the ball twice and got nothing to show for it. He did double. I'm talking about the line drive that was stolen out of midair by the center fielder, and then also the line drive to right. Weems takes the pitch for strike 3 and the side retired. However, in the inning, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We're now through 7 1/2, 6-5 Bruins. At Dot Sports Game of the Week. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. As I mentioned earlier, if you missed this ball game and are just tuning in, check the playback times. You'll want to see it again. Those playback times, Monday and Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and 2 o'clock on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Temecula Valley wondering how much magic there is. It's Derek Piles, Luke Watson, and Ryan Hutchison. First pitch, a ball from Joey Pace. Pace has given up just 2 runs, both of them shots. One to David Garcia, the other, the second home run of the game, to Cole Hilt. And in dramatic fashion, might I add, with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Piles, no slouch at the long ball. He's got 7. It's never easy against this ball club.
Joey trying to throw the heat.
Count 2-0. Strike. You'd think that both set of fans would have learned that it's not over till it's over. The 2-1 offering. Pitch misses, 3-1.